King now has a blue spark giant swing that does more damage as an amazingly technical input. What's up guys, TheMainManSWE here, hoping you're all doing awesome as always, and welcome to my breakdown of Tekken 8 King. Yeah, I'm gonna do a little presentation of a character now. I played him at the press event in Lyon. I played 4 characters at that event. You know, I'm a Kazuya main. I played for 8.5 hours. I spent about 4 of those hours with Kazuya. And then I played Paul. I played Jin. Arsenalty also played a lot of Jin. And then I spent some time with King, not that much. And that's the reason I'm doing the breakdown today, which is, a couple of weeks after the event took place. I waited for the EVA Japan event. I wanted to hear other players' takes on King because I didn't spend that much time with him. But I haven't heard a lot. Rip said on the Boomcast that King now has a blue spark giant swing that does more damage as an amazingly technical input. I don't know about this. I haven't seen it performed. I didn't see it in any of the gameplay videos, so that's a myth until we get more confirmation. But again, Rip says he saw this. So again, I'm just gonna go through my notes on King because I do tend to be quite thorough, so I have a lot of notes. But the most interesting thing about Tekken 8 King is that he sees massive changes. Goes for most characters in Tekken 8. They're really doing a lot to push identity. Not only with Heat, but base character itself. This was something you saw quite... this was very clear in the Asuka trailer, where they're like, Asuka is the most basic of the basic characters. What can we do to make her more interesting? Well, they add a goddamn taunt power-up, right? She taunts, and now she has enhanced attacks. This is a really, really cool idea that I haven't seen. I've seen it in 2D fighting games, but I sure as hell haven't seen it in Tekken. So even a basic character like Asuka is going to be way more interesting. So what are they doing with King? Well, let me tell you. If you've noticed King in Tekken 7, you can pretty much play him without throws. This is because they gave him such strong poking and counter hit utility in Tekken 7. He has an amazing neutral. Why did this happen? Well, they felt they had to compensate because in Tag 2 and previous Tekken games, throws, and again, he's a wrestler, he has the best throws in the game by 19,000 miles. Throws were much stronger. Why is this? Because in Tekken 7, 20 frame break window. In Tag 2, 15. Those 5 frames make a hell of a difference, and it was so hard breaking throws in Tag 2. So basically, you could just spam throws all day long. Granted, you can still spam throws in Tekken 7, but in high-level play, people break throws a lot. Try to throw knee. I mean, I'm sure you've played against knee. But no, there are a lot of people who actually have really strong throw rates. So this hurts character like Armour King and King. So they compensated by giving him amazing pokes and amazing counter hits. And then suddenly, you know, if you watch Majin or top tier Kings play, they're just playing a little bit like most characters in Tekken 7. We're using keep out, strong poking, strong counter hits. That's how you play high level Tekken 7. Due to reduced movement also. So this is what hurt, for example, Armour King so much with Tekken 7, that 5 frames more to break throws and reduced movement. Oh, Armour King, oh right, you rely on strong movement and whiff punishing. You know, it really hurts that character. So King had a much better transition into Tekken 7 with his ridiculous counter hit utility. Shove, back 1, forward 1, forward neutral 2. So they're changing this a lot now with Tekken 8 King. They certainly don't want him to be played this way anymore. No, he's a big guy, he's a wrestler, and we're going to push this angle. So I'm gonna go into details, but they've nerfed his counter hit game all over the place. No more will he be played like keep out, back 1, forward 1, etc, into big combos. That's gone, and I really like that. So they want you to throw more. For example, in it's yet to be 100% confirmed, but it certainly seemed like he has an unbreakable throw now. From Jaguar dash, he does the RKO or diamond cutter, depending on how old you are, and it's unbreakable. And when he's in heat, he can actually stay. Once he goes into heat, he can easily stay in heat the entire goddamn round, because anytime he lands either a pedigree or a muscle buster or a shining wizard, his heat bar pretty much completely refills again. And that's pretty fucking scary and disgusting. I don't know if it went for RKO, did this as well. I don't remember. So we're going to need more confirmation on that. But it's a very interesting state for him, heat. And again, he's a really big guy, right? 300 pounds of solid muscle. He's a wrestler. He's a big guy. How can we stress this more in his identity? I know. We'll give him a ton of armor utility. And this stuff was disgusting. You saw it right there. That's actually known, even in the move list, I think it's called like muscle armor. That's down back 1+2. It goes like this. Gets hyper armor, eats every attack, and then you press 2 and he does that elbow, and it's a heat engager, and now he's in heat. And then he has the big boot, which was up forward 3-4, also instantly goes into hyper armor, jumps into a big boot, and if that connects, it automatically transitions into a throw sequence where he hits them once, and now he has big frames. So I would actually play this matchup against Spag. He would play Xiaoyu and mash and do flips against me, and I would just armor up or do the big boot armor, and I would absorb everything, and then boom, hit him, and it's my turn. So you actually can't mash against King anymore. And I like this. He's a big guy. He's not as affected if you try and hit him. Muscle armor. So I think this is good. Remove a counter hits. Push throws. He's a wrestler. Push armor. Like, I absorb your attacks and I retaliate. So immediately it's clear that it's very hard to mash against King now due to this stuff. So I really like this. It pushes his identity way more. And also they've shortened the combos. Like in Tekken 7, you launch someone and you do a million hits into Bound, into Shining Wizard. They keep it very straightforward and clean. You can do bigger combos, but you can easily get the big damage by simply launching someone and then immediately doing that air throw, that backflip bounce, you know, where he jumps up, slams them, their lower back against his knees, bounce them, and then run into Shining Wizard. That's just launch into throw, and it did huge damage. And Shining Wizard still gives big Oki. And you know how strong King's Oki is. It's like top 5 in Tekken 7. So now all of those, I mean, back 1 is not a counter hit launcher anymore, but the old counter hits, like for example forward 1 on counter hit that would give a combo, it now gives Oki. There's now a new knockdown animation where they sort of flip on their side, tumbling, land on their back, and you can't pick up for a combo anymore, but you get Oki. I believe you get a guaranteed ground throw here. So again, they're stressing he's a wrestler. He's not doing a big combo, knocks you down, ground throw, or Oki, elbow drop. I think this is good. Separates him from other characters and stresses that, you know, he's a wrestler. So I gotta say, in short, it's very positive so far, I think, with King. So yeah, when he's in heat, you have access to Jaguar dash at all times. It's forward 3-4. He points, dashes in, and now he can do 1, 2, 3, or 4, or 2+4 to do the RKO. And again, Arsenal T never broke this throw. Spag never broke this throw. And those guys have good throw breaks, by the way. And I probably did like 10 RKOs in total, if not more. Never broken. From what I've seen on player feedback, Evo Japan, it seems like it actually is unbreakable. So if he Jaguar dashes towards you, he might actually have an unbreakable throw there. That does a lot of damage. So it's gonna force people to maybe duck. I still don't know if you can sidestep a Jaguar dash, but you're gonna wanna duck. And if he does, he has a low drop kick. I think that's 4. He has a free button, which is a mid knockdown. And then he has a high... no, he has a mid elbow. That's the one that looks like the Armor King while standing 1. That elbow. And then he has a 2 button, which is a high. That's pretty decent on block. But that, I don't know the full details. Again, we didn't have practice mode. But so there are a lot of mix-ups in the Jaguar dash. And when he's in heat, he has hyper armor while dashing in. So it just absorbs attacks. So it's really, really powerful. And again, he regains heat if he does either Shining Wizard, Muscle Buster, or Pedigree when he's in heat. And the Pedigree is so amazing. You saw it in the trailer. The animation is so cool. Does it even look better than it does in WWE games? What are they called now? 2K... Oh, I can't keep track. I haven't played those wrestling games in like 15 years. I hear they only get worse and worse. Oh, and here is disgusting news. I don't know if I start with... Let's just talk about the counter hit nerfs. So back 1 is gone. If you do a back 1 and counter hits, it does nothing. You have to commit to back 1 too. So that's a huge risk, considering the second hit, it's high. You can block back 1, duck the second hit, and King dies. So back 1, heavy nerf. Magic 4 is gone, but that's across the board. That's a general system change. Magic 4 is gone. Forward 1 is gone. It knocks down into a ground throw. Okay. Even down back 3 is gone. It also gives the forward 1 new knockdown. So no longer combo. Ground throw or Oki. So this is good. We don't want King to have a ton of launchers. We want him to knock down into Oki and ground throws because he's a wrestler. We don't want him to play like every other character, right? I believe this is positive. They might have nerfed his movement. And again, this is where opinions are all over the place. Certain people believe movement has been nerfed universally. Aris felt this, I think, and then he had it sort of confirmed by Harada. But again, I didn't notice Kazuya's backdash was fucked. It seems pretty reliable and good to me. And then Lord Maximilian Dude, great guy, amazing content creator, asked Michael Murray, and Murray said, no, we haven't touched movement. We thought it was good in Tekken 7, we just left it as it is. So that's how Murray responded to that. But it should be noted that Spag felt that King's movement was more sluggish. I didn't test it out myself. But this would maybe fit their idea of the character, right? Big muscle guy, he uses armor now. He doesn't need a strong backdash. So we need more confirmation, but, you know, that could be it. So his shove, forward neutral 1+2, it's the same. And it's still ridiculously busted. It's one of the most busted attacks in Tekken 7. And now you're going to have a lot of fun because he'll throw that. For those of you who don't know, this is a 12-frame startup, long range, deep hitbox. Hits very low. It's hard to evade. Mid, that's neutral on block. And if it counter hits, he gets a free forward 2-1, which now is a heat engager. So now King players, with all of the new tools they have, they'll still be able to fish that, 0 risk, and if it counter hits, 4-1 heat engager. And now you know he gets 2 tokens, you're minus $1 million, take the mix up, he's in heat, it's gonna be disgusting. And now that shove, obviously, if he already is in heat, that's now neutral on block counter hit launcher that does 40 damage on its own. It counter it, forward 2-1. And that's you can now heat dash from that, and it's a launcher now. So, you know, that's going to be really disgusting. So shove, still crazy. Forward neutral 2, that low, still the same. You've seen it in the trailer, it's very strong. Irish whip, you've seen it in the gameplay footage, leads to Jaguar dash. So that's good. More utility for Irish whip. Down forward 1-2 has been changed. You know, you do down forward 1-2. He does a punch that looks like an elbow and has very limited reach. They've changed that too now, so he does a straight punch with way more reach. So down forward 1-2. So I saw that as a buff. I don't know if they've made it more unsafe. It's -10 in Tekken 7, but that increased reach, certainly a buff. It's a mid, yes. Yeah, and that's it for... This is all I picked up with King. So, again, Rip says he has a blue spark giant swing. That sounds super awesome and sick. I have no confirmation on this. I've only heard it from Rip. But all in all, they're doing a really good job with King. His model looks amazing. Seeing his model up close, like the skin texture on his body and everything, he looks great. And I love his outfit. And I just love the fact that we're really trying to push identity in this game, not only with Heat, but with the regular character itself. And King does this better than many other characters, to be honest. They're pushing the big wrestler persona in gameplay, and there you saw even his shoulder, you know, 4-2-3 is a heat engager and a launcher when he's in heat. So it's pretty disgusting stuff. But yeah, I'm super happy with King, and I'm hoping you also find this interesting and good, what I just talked to you about. But yeah, can't wait to hear more about blue spark giant swings that insta kill. That would be great. So I hope you enjoyed my breakdown and have a great day. Take care.